back in 2012. Initially, it was just a OPD plus IPD block. Then in 2017, we started this IPD block, and the OPD block is our previous stage. And in this block, previously, I started my practice on 8th November 2002. It was just an eye clinic. In 2006, we started a super specialty eye hospital. In fact, this was the first super specialty eye hospital in Goa. I introduced this concept. What I mean by super specialty means, otherwise concept in Goa was one ophthalmologist does everything. Ours was the first hospital where we had a 6 ophthalmologists. I used to be leading a cataract surgery department. We have a glaucoma consultant. Right now we have got 2 glaucoma consultants, Dr. Abhijit and Dr. Ritu Chaudhary. We have a retina consultant, Dr. Sachin and Dr. Neil Maskandar. We have a oculoplastic consultant, Dr. Audrey. Plus we have a pediatric ophthalmologist, Dr. Nikki. So slowly we expanded. From 2006 onward, in 2002 I started a multi-specialty hospital. Thanks to all the people who have supported me. And in 2012 we started ICU, dialysis unit, all the other branches including surgery. With all public support we have really expanded, and then we started in 2017 this purely IPD block. All our operation theatre in this hospital are modular operation theatre. We have got a 4 modular operation, 15 bedded ICU, 75 bedded hospital disease, and the old building has been converted fully in an OPD block and ophthalmology. And today we have joined hands with Sunrise Oncology Center, and we have started a comprehensive care oncology center. We have started a daycare center. We have started. First of all, let me thank the team Sunrise Oncology Center for partnering with us. I welcome Sir Dr. Prabhas, who is a medical director for Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai. He is a very well-known faculty, nationally known well-known faculty. We are lucky to have with us. I welcome you, sir, from full vision team. I welcome all of you, sir. With this, our oncology centers soon we will be starting our OPD. I will hand over to Dr. Prabhas and Dr. Ashar. He will be telling you about our future oncology. This floor will be fully dedicated for oncology. On this floor we have 17 beds, 11 rooms are there, and 6 ward patients. So we have facility for ward patient plus a room patient. We have a full-time oncologist, Dr. Pawan Rani is there. Again, who is trained. He is MSCNT and he is trained in Tata. Dr. Adesh is there. He will be soon joining. He is busy in OT. He will be coming in 15 minutes. We have joined full-time for last 1 year. He is also MCH oncology. And now, previously we had only oncology is divided into surgical and medical oncology. We have only surgical oncology. Now we have got a medical oncology team. So, in short, we have now full oncology team we have got. Thank you for all the support, and I will hand over to Dr. Prabhas.
Hi, I am Dr. Kumar Prakash, Head of Department of Medical Oncology from Tata Hospital. First, I would like to thank for inviting me for both Vision Hospital and Sunrise Oncology Center. I also want to congratulate both this group, the Vision Hospital and Sunrise Oncology Center, to bridging this unmet need in this area, coming together and providing the services which they have started now for cancer patients. We do understand cancer is a big problem as the time has gone by, especially in a state like Goa where you have overall infection related problems being less, so non-infection related problems are rising in country, and especially it is true in Goa. So out of those non-infection causes, cancer becomes one of the important causes for morbidity and mortality, for which there was a requirement that we have a comprehensive cancer center which provides all kind of services. So it appears it is a very good start. There is a surgical oncologist there. Now you have a medical oncologist group providing multiple services from medical oncology. They do have a plan to expand the further services to have other modalities and making it a very comprehensive center for oncology care. So with this again I thank and congratulate both the groups to coming together and starting this very important service which will be very useful for patients from this area.
morning everyone. First of all, I thank you everyone, to grace your presence on this auspicious occasion. Definitely, to start with, I just wanted to introduce all of us. Yeah, I will. So I will. I'm Dr. Ashay Karpe. I'm director in Sunrise Oncology Center and consultant medical oncologist from Mumbai. So on the dais we have, first of all, Dr. Pawan Rane is there, who is a surgical oncologist trained at Tata Memorial Hospital and currently working in Goa. Then we have Dr. Bhagyashree Shetty. She is one of the team from Vision Hospital. She is herself is anesthetist and looks even at the management. Dr. Chandrakant Shetty, I don't think he requires any introduction in the state of Goa, definitely. But this hospital and everything is a vision of Dr. Chandrakant Shetty. Then Dr. Kumar Prabhash is head of the department of medical oncology, and actually, if you're really aware of, he's just not nationally but even internationally acclaimed for his research work. He has more than, we'll say, 300 odd publications and research work, and he is one of the authority in not only in India but even Asia Pacific, especially for the lung cancer. Means if somebody wants an opinion on lung cancer, well, I don't think anybody is above him. Then we have Dr. Bharat Bhosle, who is consultant medical oncologist from Bombay Hospital, Jaslok Hospital, and HN Reliance Hospital. He will be also providing his services at Vision Hospital. He is specialized in all newer therapies, including immunotherapy, targeted therapies, and especially he is interested in the breast cancer and gynecological cancers, that is cancer for the females. Myself, I am Dr. Ashay Karpe. I am also trained from Tata, and I was lucky enough to have Dr. Kumar Prabhash sir as my guide. I have a keen interest in blood-related cancers and even bone marrow transplant. Definitely, we have a plan that in future we might start even a bone marrow transplant unit at Vision Hospital. Next to me is Dr. Vijay Shanagat is also there, who is again is a medical oncologist. Even he's working at SCG and Wockhardt, and his main areas of interest is pediatric tumors, the gastrointestinal tumors, and bone and soft tissue tumors. So all of us, when we are working together at Vision Hospital, as Dr. Kumar Prabhash sir and Dr. Chandrakant Shetty sir has stated some time back, a comprehensive cancer unit. And what exactly it means? See, we always conventionally think that only surgery or radiation or chemotherapy means cancer therapy, but it is not like that. It is beyond it, because when the patient gets affected with the cancer, I always say, when you get malaria, only one person is affected. When you get typhoid, only one person is affected. But when you get cancer, entire family gets affected, because it is just not emotionally but financial burden is also there. So we have to take care of that. I think if you really wanted to do some services, I mean, definitely what we are looking at is just not as something called this venture is not a business venture. In a true sense, this is a vision by even Dr. Chandrakant Shetty and our ethical thought process, which sees that we can have existing system like Deen Dayal scheme is there, in the present Goa government, which can be utilized to provide treatment those really who cannot afford it. Means all this treatment, if somebody has to travel to Mumbai, including stay, all these are long-term treatments. So we can provide the same facilities using so that patients don't have to travel to the other states. They will get the same quality care, and we can provide at much cheaper rate without any causing financial burden. Plus also we are going to have the counseling services for them. We are even going to start researching. Also we are planning to create awareness campaigns and screening campaigns with the help of Vision Hospital, so that we spread cancer awareness, because if I tell you the real world data, almost 70 to 80% of the cancer patients are diagnosed in advanced stages. So the recovery rate is very less, or death rate is very high. So we have to even focus on that aspect also, just not focusing on the treatment, but also on awareness, screening, and early diagnosis of the cancer. So all these things will be done, and definitely we have a plan with Dr. Chandrakant Shetty sir to proceed this further, just not focusing on just consultations and treatment, but to provide the entire healthcare sector, especially in Goa, to provide a quality cancer care. So with this, I again want to thank you, every one of you, to grace these occasions, these auspicious occasions. I wanted to thank Team Vision for providing us this platform, because we might have a good thought process, we might have some good vision, but somebody needs to be partnered with the like-minded person who has actually a willingness to serve to the society, to give back to the society. And I think I really don't have a doubt that definitely we might be discussing again maybe opening of some comprehensive cancer center which will provide start to end all services which are required in cancer definitely in the future. Again, thank you very much. Any question, answers?
Yes. For this meeting to come together, they must have done a survey.
Yeah.
And how far did the survey go in terms of the rural Goa area where they are dying of?
So,
And how are you going to reach them? And this is the North Goa. What about the South Goa? I have a lot of this question I will do to publish to.
Yeah. So, Bharat, so we already have a partnership in South Goa at Aster Hospital where we are providing services. Yeah. So providing services since last 2.5 years. But when we actually chalking down exactly you have pointed out right that the one part of the Goa gets served, the other part is not getting served. The other thing is even with the guidance from Tata as well as because why we chose Vision, because if you look at Vision Hospital, it has the outreach just not even Goa, even in the surrounding Konkan belt also in Sindhudurga. So what we can do that there are outreach OPDs also we are planning to start. Just not beyond it, it is not just the doctors, but what we are going to plan is a team of social workers and medical coordinators who will track down these patients, will maintain the data of these patients, and will even present to the government that this is what is a necessity in this Goa. And what we will just, if anybody even comes to this place, we will not be just stopping at just seeing them once, but we will keep a follow-up of them, that whether they are not taking proper treatment or not, they have to complete the treatment on time. If they have any financial problems, we are going to assist them through the scheme or through the network of social workers. Besides this, definitely we have a plans, as Dr. Shetty has already suggested, that we are going to create awareness in all these peripheral regions, and definitely we are going to start these peripheral OPDs also, so that patient can come over there. Definitely when they require expert care like chemotherapy administration or the surgeries required, definitely they will need to come to the Vision. We will see to it how we can facilitate it. But maybe at some time later, once all these things go, we are planning to have even peripheral daycare. We can deliver the basic care where patient does not need to travel.
Our service, for example, this person, which one tackles COVID?
Pardon?
Which one tackles COVID?
COVID.
COVID. Yes, sir, this person.
Okay. So basic. So natural service. Yeah. So basically, see, the thing is that COVID is a totally different subset and cancer is totally different entity. But when you wanted to treat a cancer, definitely when active COVID is going on, we have certain limitations. So it is always whenever we treat a cancer patient during COVID, it is risk versus benefit. Means if I think my treatment is going to affect his life, then we don't start. So as such, all these treatments can be done even during the COVID time. So none of our treatments have been stopped during the COVID times. We can still do this. Only thing is that when COVID is there, see, the COVID has a various spectrum. Many patients will say, I don't even had anything. माझी just chest केले आणि positive केले. तसं so that's not. So in those patients we can still go ahead and treat. But when there are things are there where patient is very sick because of COVID, we tide over the crisis. Once they get better, then we start with the COVID. The cancer treatment.
So basically, we all are involved in treatment of cancer patient of Goa not in last 3-4 years. So sir was when I was student with sir long back in 2007-8, the Goa patient used to come to Tata Hospital. The government used to support. There was no cancer care available over there. Cancer care does not mean only surgery. It starts from the prevention aspect, awareness aspect, health care, health lifestyle modifications, tobacco, awareness about the bad effects of the tobacco, alcohol, sedentary lifestyle, not doing exercise. And from that, early detection of breast cancer, when the cure rate goes up to 99%. I am saying cure rate of 99% is possible. There are certain malignancies like pediatric malignancies, where in last 5 decades back, the survival rate was 1% or 2%. Now we see, out of 100, 99 kids with particular cancer are surviving with a proper treatment. That treatment is possible because of many doctors from many specialties are coming together and delivering the treatment, in which the physician's role is important. To some extent, the surgeon is also important. Some complication happens.
And for that, all specialties should work, and they should talk to each other. That is called as comprehensive care available, and that used to happen in Tata Hospital, and that time, almost a decade back, not far back, there were only hardly few hospitals in each state. Tata was there, is one of the renowned hospitals in Asia, not only in India. AIMS in Delhi, there are 2-3 hospitals in the south. And suddenly we see, the number started increasing. So that was not because they were suddenly changed. People started becoming aware. They started coming forward. No, there is a possibility to detect the cancer. So far, I see there is awareness, but the awareness has not reached to 100% of the people. I see the awareness has not reached to even 70% of the people. And it is a dynamic process, and we have to act not only for delivery of the chemotherapy or newer targeted therapy. To frankly tell you, the newer therapies are very expensive, and there is a data published from SIRS unit only. Dr. Vanita Narona, Vijay Patil, and Dr. Kumar Prabhas has published data internationally, and I have also written a review. Out of 100, these newer expensive therapies are not accessible by more than 10% of the people or 5% of the people. That means we have to address the issues of our population. We just can't have a solution of 5 lakhs or 10 lakh rupees drug for a problem which is prevalent, like a tobacco-related oral cancer, which is a major reason for death in males in India. A simple thing, a simple intervention of telling the people what are the side effects of the tobacco. If they stop chewing the tobacco, those 40% of the cancer which are causing directly because of the tobacco, lung cancer, as he is the authority, and rightly said, not in Asia but worldwide. He is every year in USA, in America, the plenary session research a treatment which can be accessed by all the Indians. Not only Indians, but there are countries which can. Now the situation is like that after COVID. Even the European countries are also becoming not. There are people, scientists who come and talk in the conferences that now we also can't afford this treatment because insurance does. Even in the periphery, the health system strengthened. Previously, cancer का नाम आते ही everybody used to fly to Mumbai के लोग New York जाते थे. So now, with this, what I see, 10 years back, the people from Goa used to fly to Mumbai. Now we are here, the people are getting access. So what we are trying to do, everyone should have, and that's the right of each human individual, has a right to get the best possible treatment. And through such initiatives like Dr. Shetty's effort to provide the health care here, anybody, we see many people from the peripheral area, when they get trained, they go to USA, they go to Mumbai, Delhi, and settle over there. But those people who have this kind of setup over here, this is for the society. The main motto is everyone here should have access to best quality care. And through such centers, we as a Sunrise are trying to collaborate and trying to give, this is an effort from Sunrise to at least try and make those modules which are available in metros to deliver some kind of similar treatment over here. Obviously, the telemedicine has made it easier for us. Now, sitting in Mumbai, you can monitor what is going on. The social media, as you said, if you search in Google, you will come to know what part of the patient from Goa are coming here. So when we used to sit in South Goa, many patients were coming from here and they used to travel for 1.5 hours. Now Mumbai, we travel for 2 hours in traffic, but here traveling for 30 minutes also a problem. So many patients still used to come, and then we realized, this part of Goa, there are major patients who are traveling. So if we start over here, those patients will, at least can avoid. So addressing to this issue, there are still peripheral parts, like the border areas where the patients are not traveling. So sir has also been a part of it. Our director, Dr. Banawli, he has been coming to their work, and the OPD is like 100 and 150 patients, all have been part. And a new concept of oral metronomic therapy, started over there. Those patients who cannot take the intensive chemotherapy, where you must have heard कि chemo देने के बाद तकलीफ होती है, side effects होते हैं. So Vijay has been a part, sir has been a part of developing. So I was talking about delivering those therapies which are less toxic, जिसके साइड इफेक्ट कम हो, और वो पेशेंट जो गांव में रहता है और रात को साइड इफेक्ट होने के बाद ही कैनॉट रीच मेजर हॉस्पिटल. सो सच काइंड ऑफ थेरेपी इन ओरल कैंसर हैज बीन डेवलप्ड बाय Dr. Kumar Prabhas and Dr. Vijay Patil and the colleagues at Tata, and now it has been discussed in international forums because the cost of the newer therapies developed by the Western country is in lakhs for one cycle, and this therapy is hardly few dollars, $10 or $50, and the best thing is the side effects are less. It is not directly leading to the road.
TV channel to reach out, address
Yeah,
it.
so we also have those plans where we will be having
Some
going to conduct. No, but I have already done. I mean, actually, to be very honest with you, I have already done one with the Prudent channel, one with the Goa 365. We are aware of, so I've already done 2 awareness programs there. So definitely now we are in the pipeline because of the COVID. We had a less movement last year, but now now the COVID is getting contained, and now we are actually having a free movement across the states. Now we are planning to increase our visits and also have, because the newspapers, that's the reason, and newspapers and the TV are the two medias, and even I will say the newspaper is much more still effective as compared to the TV.
So most of the people have been detected with the advanced cancer, advanced
Yeah.
stage. So why is it so?
Yeah, because the thing is that there are many factors which are leading to this. First of all, fear of cancer treatment means patients always think, if I take chemotherapy, I will have a side effect. So despite of the fact they know they have cancer, they will think, because that is not troubling at that initial stages, there are no symptoms. So they will say, okay, forget about it. Second thing is that, as he has rightly said, money and access to the treatment. Third and most important thing, I will say, it is very sad state that social stigma associated with it. Even if I will tell you because I was discussing that, if somebody's got a cancer, if one lady has a cancer and if she has a daughter, even it is difficult to get married. That is what they are concerned. So they usually try to hide it. In last stages, and actually when they get bad, when now they realize you cannot keep it at home, then they will take you to the hospital. And the fourth and most important is awareness. Awareness that the newer treatments are existing, awareness that this can be completely cured. So most of the times what happens, we always try to find shortcuts for many of our things. So patients want to try some alternative medicine, some Baba is there, something is there, they gave some treatment. You will see just not in cancer but even many other diseases. They will try those treatment, they will fail those treatment, and when the cancer becomes advanced. So there are multiple factors which actually lead to these advanced stages. And again, as I always said, now at least there is awareness, patients usually go and check their blood pressure, whether I am having a hypertension, high blood pressure. They will check their blood sugar, whether I am having diabetes, or they will check their cholesterol and will say I will have having a cholesterol problem or not. But cancer, we don't have any test or anything. Usually what we have is females, they should have a mammography for breast screening. Some pap smear, these are again are important thing, especially those with with tobacco chewer. They should see a ENT doctor at least frequently. Oral examination is there, and even for smokers there is a lung. But what I'm trying to say is that all these problems which I'm trying to highlight is that we are diagnosing cancer, but what we need to do is create awareness and stop them at the earlier stage, means prevent them by healthy lifestyle. That is number one thing. And if at all they are going to happen, people should have access to the good treatment, and people should take treatment at the earliest. That is the most important thing.
My question is how people will get to know that they have cancer and all, because you said that it is you all don't have diagnosis to detect cancer. So how they'll get to know that they have cancer, and which is the stage where you can cure cancer properly?
So as I said, now with the newer therapies, even advanced stages cancer can be cured, but definitely if I take stage 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same cancer, one will always do better than stage 2 or stage 3. So thing is that there are certain signs and symptoms. That is why I am saying through the various awareness campaign. Actually, just before this meeting started, Dr. Shetty sir has suggested that we have, because he also does the eye camps usually, blindness. So can we add something to it where we can create? So certain cancers, like breast cancer is the highest curable. Then because you just require some self-breast examination. So we are going to teach, because now everyone has got a mobile, everyone has a data there. At least I will say 70 to 80% of the population has it. So YouTube we have. So there is a simple how to do self-breast examination for the females, but they don't know it has to be done, and what signs are there you are supposed to reach to the hospital. So we are going to create this awareness first of all through the camps, and maybe later on with the help of the social workers, where you can even penetrate the rural areas. We can have these screening camps, especially for the breast cancer, cervical cancer, means the cancers of the uterus basically. All these things can be implemented, and once we know that, because there are certain warning signs, means if somebody is having a swelling which is not reducing even after say 1 or 2 weeks, if somebody is having a cough which is just not getting cured even after treatment for after 7 to 10 days, if weight loss is there, what we say weight loss is more than 10% of the body weight, means if somebody is 70 kg, 7 to 10 kg of weight loss is there, which is not planned, because now you will see a lot of, diet fads, food fads, and exercise, and somebody has reduced weight, that is not, but unplanned weight loss is there. There are various symptoms. So what we suggest, with these symptoms, if somebody is having, they should immediately meet their family doctor. I'm not saying they should meet an oncologist, because out of 100, at least 8 or 10 may be affected by cancer. So this is how we can get it detected. That's why I'm saying what is there is create a health education first to cultivate the healthy habits in the population, and secondly, what are the awareness signs. Definitely there are certain cancers you cannot detect at an early stage. Maybe because see, from hair till toenail, everything can get a cancer. But there are certain cancers which can be diagnosed easily, and we are going to create awareness, because if you really, now actually just walk through, there are certain cancer screening also we have to. So all these trials, that's the reason what we are trying to say. We are not here just to give chemotherapy or targeted therapy or newer therapy. What we are trying to get here is that create that awareness, also develop something called as a preventive oncology. So we have to prevent it first, identify the earliest, and try to get the better statistics.
So reach out to the society is very, very important. Going to each and every individual, telling them about the early signs of all the cancers. Like we said, breast cancer is the best way you can intervene, educate the females at least to know how the normal organ looks. Then only you are going to identify what are the changes. Because with the menstruation, there are some natural changes happens, but those abnormal changes needs to be picked up very early. And in the Western countries, they have screening programs. Each and every female up to a particular age, say 50, they go for mammography examinations. But in India, we don't have access to basic healthcare facilities. So getting mammography of each and every family is not possible. But then there are certain facts. So when we treat a patient, we take a family history, and we then come to know that other members are also were affected in the past. At least those patients should start those self-breast examination is for all the females. But going to the doctors, getting it examined, which is called as clinician examining the breast, mammography at particular age. There are certain cancers which are genetically with Angelina Jolie, almost 10-15 years back. That time it was hardly accessible to genetic counseling and genetic testing was. But now in breast cancer, ovarian cancer, some of the colon cancers, you can actually predict in the lifetime which patient is going to develop which cancer. This is where the research has taken us in today's day. So genetic counseling, those patients who are developing cancers at younger age, especially those females with family history or even males with breast cancer. So we take all those history and send those patients for genetic counseling. And then there are something called as before the cancer happens, we have prophylactic surgeries are being advised. It is not for all because it requires a lot of counseling before the testing is done, because you are going to get some reports which are going to say that you are going to develop cancer, maybe patient live for 80 years. So he or she may develop cancer at the age of 80, but that certificate is going to say, you have a high risk. As he said, there is a social stigma, getting the women's married even after developing cancer. So we have cancer patients who got cured, married, delivered healthy babies. So that is what has happening now. So no more it's a chronic disease like hypertension and diabetes. In lung cancer, 10 years back, the treatment was only chemotherapy. Nowadays, almost 30 to 40% of the patients will do something called as a molecular testing. And if the test reports say some mutation is detected, the treatment is only tablet. And even with patients of last stage lung cancer are living beyond 5 years. Where the number was 0%, today more than 10, 50, 30% of the patients, if they have particular mutations called as EGFR, ALK, with simple pills, these patients are living beyond 5 years. Some of the lucky patients are cured, they are living beyond 10 years. And this would not could not have been possible without research. And Indians as such, the research was less a decade back. Sir has done phenomenal job in terms of research. Vijay Patil is also there. He is one of the leading researchers in head and neck cancer. Sir is in lung cancer, and that is where and the good thing about India is we have a manpower. People are ready to work hard, but the awareness has to reach to people. So such and such facilities are there because there are myths associated. Research होता है मतलब गनी पिग बनते हैं, रिसर्च किया जाता है, but without research आज का जो भी थेरेपी है, बेस्ट पॉसिबल थेरेपी था, टारगेटेड थेरेपी था, इम्यूनोथेरेपी, it would not have been possible. So research is required. In cancer, maximum research in medicine is happening in cancer.
Among all the types of cancer, which one is becoming more prominent? In Goa.
In Goa. So the cancers which are related to tobacco is the commonest in country. So if you take head and neck cancer and take lung cancer, they are the commonest in men, and in female it is the breast cancer and cervical cancer. They are the common one. Apart from, we have a whole list of cancer, what Dr. Bharat said, that from that you can have a cancer from any part of head to toe, but these are the commonest ones. Important thing to remember is that out of the cancers, almost half the cancer is related to somehow to tobacco. So if tobacco goes away, half the cancer can go away, but not easy. Sure, there will be effort from the group also on the tobacco awareness and smoking cessation programs, but till that doesn't happen, one has to deal with those cancers and treat it.
Tell about tobacco because Dr. Pawan is the highest.
One of the things if you notice specifically in Goa is rest of the India, you see more of the chewable tobacco. So one of the things which you notice more in Goa is chewable tobacco is missing. So it's more of the smoking tobacco which is required. So that high rates of this oral type of cancer, you get more of the cancer that are related to tobacco. Maybe related to the mouth, the tongues, even more of lung cancers. A lot of smokers get lung cancer. So that's one of the differences. And yeah, I think that's it.
In North Goa, I was given some tobacco to eat, very sweet. So I like it a lot. After I couldn't eat it.
So one of the important aspect of tobacco, one has to remember that to make it appeal, people will change the name, people will change the shape, people will change the size, people will change the taste, people will make it digital tobacco. Tobacco in any form is bad. There is no benefit of tobacco which for health as far as I am concerned I have ever heard of. So any form of tobacco, remember that is a deception planned by someone who wants to market it. Tobacco in any form is bad, sweet or sour or bitter.
So if you look at the graphs of epidemiology, जो study बोलते हैं, so Western countries का जो consumption of tobacco was at peak, maybe 19, 20, 30, 40. Their cancer incidence was at peak in somewhere around 1990 to 2000. Then they realized, when their kids are smoking, they are developing lung cancer. Their incidence of lung cancer per 1,000 per 1 lakh population is 10 times more than us. Even today, if you see lung cancer per lakh population is far more in European countries, like Hungary. In Hungary, the smoking is still so prevalent. Unfortunately, no. We are trying to adopt maybe a good or bad culture from Western countries, lifestyle. The consumption of tobacco in the smoking form, alcohol, even and this is happening more in metros. And slowly, it is going towards periphery. So our peak for the smoking is coming somewhere from 2000 to 2010. So what is ahead of us? Maybe something 10 times more than today. And suddenly when I was doing sir was mentoring me in Tata, we had two specialty seats to become a medical oncologist. And now we see there are so many medical colleges and more than 10, 15 students are coming up. So it has not happened suddenly. No one has just increased the seats because there are more people coming up. Actually, our problem, somebody must have vision. These senior teachers must have come together long back, and they have actually visioned what is going to be in next 20, 30 years. Our cancer numbers are really going to the graph is going to go up, because in epidemiology we have a positive factor as a smoking and alcohol, and after 20 to 30 years this pandemic of cancer is going to come. So only thing which can prevent this, we can deliver chemotherapy even at home. But what is required is to identify these cancers can be prevented. 40% of the cancers are tobacco related. A simple intervention is to educate the people, bombard them with it is not once tell them smoking is bad. You have to bombard. You have to percolate from one person to other person. And then only it is possible, no, we can face this challenge in the future.
So one of the most important thing in cancer is early diagnosis. And the time frame is the most important. So what lot of patients end up doing is traveling from doctor to doctor, going to different places, and they end up going from low stage to a high stage. And this obviously when you go on the advanced stage, all the survival starts going down. So now with this whole setup here, the advantage for the patient is that they can get diagnosed early, they can get treated with the right way very early. So that would really make a difference.
How do I know I'm not?
No, not like that. You'll be having certain
No, but
symptoms.
this is the case that they don't know that they have.
So,
Correct.
so Dr. Asha was speaking about it, how do we know it? There's some features which suggest, no, there's no absolute way of a patient knowing a cancer.
Yeah.
But what patient knows, if I have a symptom, I need to go to the doctor. So doctor can tell you with examination that do you have a cancer or not. But for some example, for example, if you have a mouth, the common cancer, if a mouth ulcer, not healing, not painful, meet your doctor. If you have a cough, not going away.
How you all going to tackle it?
Sorry, sir?
How you all going to tackle it?
Oh, how do we? So, for example, if you have a mouth ulcer and if you think it can be cancer, then a surgical colleague he will do a biopsy and see in the microscope the cancer is there or not.
No,
So,
my question is, you're talking to people who understand. I am questioning people who don't understand us right in the early days. How to tackle that?
so the way to tackle is, so there are multiple reasons, as told by Dr. Ashe, the reasons why people go for cancer care. We won't be able to, I think so, the group won't be able to answer everything. But what their endeavor has been, what I could see, is to able to provide the services at the doorstep. Because that is one of the common issues why patient is not able to go to the hospital. It's far away, it is costly, कौन जाता है? But what they are able to do is, one of the important steps, that they have centers in a place where patient can walk in if there is a problem. Second, they are trying to create awareness. They say television, there will be lots of advertisement regarding camps. So the camps will ensure two things. One, picking it early, and second, creating awareness that if you pick cancer early, there is a very good chance of cure. Like for example, Dr. Bharat was saying, there are cancer which out of 10, 9, you can cure. Better than diabetes. Diabetes, you take treatment, it is controlled. There are cancer, if you give a good treatment, no disease coming back, patient can go home after treatment and stay like a normal human being. So that will come once people know it. Cancer can be cured. So there will be multiple steps, but sure the group will take multiple steps, but multiple steps will also need to come from the society.
So that is where the role of those small hospitals, we are like we in MBBS, then MD, then DM, here then MCH. There are doctors, we have to take help of those doctors who are serving the small villages. There are everything doctors, but still they practice allopathy. We have to educate those people who are reaching to one-to-one in the smaller villages. So it is our duty. We can't expect them to come to us. So we are planning some educational program, short program, because somebody has daily work is giving them daily wages. So we are trying to educate them not for the treatment, to identify the disease at early stages. And visiting a doctor always is an opportunity for the doctor to educate his patient. And see, we have to understand this is how Anganwadi workers developed and they improved the perinatal care. So it is not that something new. So we have to develop a module. As I said, we have to identify our needs. We just can't take always what is developed in Western countries and buy that at expensive cost. So Atmanirbhar Bharat mein, I think health is also an important aspect. It is the duty of each and every doctor, a nurse, social worker. I think more than that, it is all the journalists who are reaching out to each and every member of our Indian society. And that is why I said percolate the knowledge. If I am telling you today what is happening, it is going to 10 more people, 100 more people. And that is how it's not only treatment. There are good people in the society who wish to help other people. in pandemic we have seen so many, celebrities also came forward and individually helped. That way it is duty of not only me or Dr. Pramash or Dr. Shetty or Dr. Ashay, it is the duty of each one of you have to percolate this knowledge, identify good people, let them come forward, will educate them, and that is how it is possible. It looks that I'm saying, but this is the way we can handle the pandemic which is going to come after 10-20 years. Because now 10 years back we used to hear कि गांव में किसी एक को कीमोथेरेपी लगा था कहीं जाके. Now we see our friend is taking chemotherapy. Our students, I have treated my students, doctor students who have developed breast cancer. They are cured. But I have students developed. We have treated our teachers, our colleagues, our students. This is the intensity of the incidence of cancer. And this is somehow because of the awareness people are coming forward in early spaces where cure is possible.
Even if we have like a lot of awareness about the cancer, there are some cancers which are being diagnosed in very advanced stage. So like ovarian cancer. So because the size of abdomen is quite big, and whenever it grows, so it can get accumulated in the abdomen and without like more signs and symptoms. So like ovarian cancer, which is normally getting diagnosed in the advanced stage, like stage 3 onwards. So the cancer which develops inside the body organs, so whenever they grow to the large extent, then they will get symptoms. So going through the COVID pandemics, so lot of early lung cancer were diagnosed because of the COVID. So lot of patients were being put for CT scan, where lot of early cancers, lung cancer were diagnosed, and they were like put for surgery, and they got cured. But routinely, whenever this type of patient had like small nodule in the lung, this nodule will not give rise to any symptoms. Whenever this nodule grows to the large extent, then it will give rise to cough, hemoptysis, and it will get diagnosed eventually. But because of the COVID, lot of screening CT scan were happened, and some early lung cancer were diagnosed. So this also can happen.
The study is only on cancer, not on COVID.
No, yeah.
The subject is too vast.
Something?
The subject is too vast. It will take me 1 week to teach up.
But COVID is something was new for everyone. We were like others about the COVID knowledge. Hopefully, whatever happening should subside completely, and we should be free of mask. But like that only, like every Indian followed the rules, and within few months or years, we are at least in a better position. The cancer has been there since dinosaurs. This is the smartest living cell in the on the earth. Because you develop this therapy, वो कोई और ही खुराक से बढ़ जाता है. But now chemotherapy, targeted therapy, immunotherapy, oral therapy, the different therapies now are used in cocktail, which is happened in blood cancers of pediatric age. So multiple drugs delivered in at particular intervals to cure has increased, and that has been a guiding force. बाकी cancers को भी maintenance therapies in that way we can. So BP की तरह ना टैबलेट पिल लेके लंग कैंसर ऐसे मैंने बोला कि आपको अब पीपल आर लिविंग फॉर 10 years. So in the future we are also seeing many of the cases are cured, and those which cannot be cured can be suppressed.